Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel and for another video. In this video I will be taking a look at what's happening in the world of golf and into the story of this young teenage golf sensation. Let's dive straight into it. Every once in a while a name appears in sports that makes everyone stop and pay attention. In golf, that name is MilesRussell. A teenager from Florida, Miles swings with the skill and poise of a seasoned pro. People are talking about him not just for his age, but for his record-breaking achievements. The name that comes up most often is Tiger Woods. Now Miles is walking a path that looks remarkably similar to Tiger's. He's breaking records, showing maturity beyond his years, and handling the spotlight with rare calm. For most, that pressure would be overwhelming, but Miles takes it all in stride. Supported by family and driven by passion, his journey is just beginning. As we watch MilesRussell, we may be witnessing the dawn of a new era in golf. Florida is a paradise for golfers. With its year-round sunshine, perfectly manicured courses, and a thriving competitive junior golf scene, it's the ideal place for a young talent to grow. This is the world that shaped MilesRussell. Growing up in the Sunshine State gave him a tremendous advantage. He wasn't limited to playing only in the warm summer months. Instead, he could practice and play every single day, honing his skills on a variety of challenging courses. This constant access to the game allowed his natural talent to flourish at an accelerated pace, turning a childhood passion into an extraordinary skill set. Behind every great young athlete, there is almost always a strong support system, and Miles is no exception. His family has been his rock from the very beginning. The world of competitive junior golf is demanding, not just for the player, but for the entire family. It requires a significant investment of time, money, and emotional energy. There are endless hours of travel to tournaments across the country, entry fees, coaching expenses, and equipment costs. Miles' family provided him with the unwavering support needed to navigate this challenging landscape, allowing him to focus purely on his game and his development as a player. This supportive environment did more than just cover the logistics of his golf career. It created a stable and nurturing foundation for him to grow as a person. While the pressure to succeed in sports can be intense, having a family that prioritizes his well-being has been crucial. They have helped him stay grounded, make smart decisions, and maintain a healthy perspective on his journey. This balance is incredibly important, especially for a young athlete in the spotlight. It ensures that the love for the game remains the primary motivation, rather than the pressures of expectation or the lure of fame and fortune. The combination of a perfect location and a dedicated family created the ideal incubator for a prodigy. Florida provided the practice ground, and his family provided the encouragement and resources. This powerful mix allowed Miles to dedicate himself completely to becoming the best golfer he could be. He was able to compete against the top junior players in the nation week after week, constantly testing his skills and pushing himself to new heights. It was in this competitive yet supportive environment that the foundation for his future success was built, one swing and one tournament at a time. Before he ever turned pro, MilesRussell was already a standout in junior golf. He didn't just compete, he dominated, collecting trophies at the nation's most prestigious junior events. His victories at the Junior PGA Championship and Junior Players Championship signaled a special talent. Miles played with a consistency and composure rare for his age, showing maturity beyond his years. He had the power to keep up with anyone, but it was his precision and calm under pressure that set him apart. Each win built his confidence and experience, teaching him how to handle nerves and close out tournaments. By his early teens, Miles had a wealth of experience most golfers only dream of. He became the undisputed top player in his age group, a force every time he teed it up. This dominance set the stage for his next chapter, breaking a record held by Tiger Woods himself. In the world of junior golf, there is no higher honor than being named the American Junior Golf Association, AGA, Rolex Boys Player of the Year. This award is a who's who of golf greatness, Past winners include legends like Phil Mickelson and Jordan Spieth. And in 1991, a 15-year-old phenom named Tiger Woods won the award. For more than 3 decades, Tiger held the record as the youngest player to ever receive this prestigious honor. It was a record that many thought might never be broken, a testament to just how advanced Tiger was at such a young age. Then, in 2023, MilesRussell did the unthinkable. Just one day after his 15th birthday, he was named the A-Jager Rolex Boys Player of the Year. At 15 years and 1 day old, he shattered the record that Tiger Woods had held for 32 years. Tiger was 15 years and 10 months old when he won it. This single achievement sent shockwaves through the golf community. It was a clear and undeniable statement. It wasn't just speculation or hype anymore. MilesRussell was officially in a league of his own, achieving something that even the greatest golfer of the modern era hadn't done at that age. This award was the culmination of an absolutely dominant season. It wasn't given to him based on potential. It was earned through performance. He had won major junior tournaments and consistently finished at the top of the leaderboard against the best competition in the country. To be recognized as the best junior player in the nation is one thing, but to do it as the youngest ever is something else entirely. It cemented his place in golf history and officially put him on the Tiger path, drawing direct and legitimate comparisons to the early career of the 15-time major champion. Breaking Tiger's record did more than just add a trophy to his collection. It amplified the spotlight on him tenfold. Suddenly, major news outlets and golf publications around the world were telling his story. The question was no longer if he was a special talent, but how special he could become. For Miles, however, the approach remained the same. He stayed humble, focused, and dedicated to his process. The record was a monumental achievement, but for him, it was just another step on a much longer journey. He had his sights set on even bigger stages and more significant challenges. For the best young amateurs, the ultimate test is facing seasoned professionals. In April 2024, at just 15, MilesRussell got that chance. He received a sponsor's exemption to play in the Lakeham Suncoast Classic, an official Korn Ferry Tour event. For a teenager, it's like a high school player stepping into the NFL. The leap in competition is massive. Expectations for a 15-year-old are low. The goal is to learn and gain experience. No one would have been surprised if Miles struggled. But from the start, it was clear Miles wasn't just there for the experience. He carried himself with quiet confidence. He didn't look intimidated by the moment. Onlookers and fellow competitors were amazed. He looked like he belonged. The first goal, make the cut. For Miles, making the cut would have been a huge victory. But what he did next would make golf history. As the first 2 rounds of the Lakeham Suncoast Classic unfolded, MilesRussell did more than just hold his own. He excelled. He navigated the challenging course with tactical precision, posting solid scores that put him comfortably inside the cut line. When the final putt dropped on Friday afternoon, the record was his. At just 15 years, 5 months and 17 days old, MilesRussell became the youngest player in the history of the Korn Ferry Tour to make the cut. He had surpassed a record that had stood for years, once again proving that he was capable of achieving extraordinary things. Making the cut was a historic achievement, but Miles wasn't done yet. He didn't just limp into the weekend, he charged up the leaderboard. On Saturday and Sunday, against professionals fighting for their livelihoods, the teenager played with freedom and confidence. He continued to hit fairways and greens, rolling in putts and shooting impressive scores. Instead of fading under the weekend pressure, he seemed to get stronger. Spectators and media followed his group, marveling at the young man who was not only competing, but thriving against players a decade or more his senior. It was a remarkable performance that captured the attention of the entire golf world. When the tournament was over, MilesRussell finished in a tie for 20th place. This was not just a moral victory, it was a legitimate, high-level professional result. He had beaten dozens of seasoned pros and proven that his game was ready for the next level. His performance was a stunning display of talent, mental fortitude, and composure. It was one of the most impressive professional debuts by an amateur in modern golf history. The result validated all the hype and demonstrated that the comparisons to the early careers of other golf legends were not an exaggeration. This historic week on the Korn Ferry Tour was a turning point. It moved Miles from the category of promising junior to a legitimate professional contender. He had proven that his skills could translate to the big stage. The performance opened up new doors and created even more opportunities, including a chance to test his game at the highest level of all the PGA Tour. His record-breaking week was a clear sign that he was on a fast track to stardom, and the golf world was eager to see what he would do for an encore. After his stunning success on the Korn Ferry Tour, the next logical step was an even bigger one. In June 2024, MilesRussell received a sponsor's exemption to play in the Rocket Mortgage Classic, an official PGA Tour event. This was the major leagues, a chance to tee it up alongside the best players in the world, household names he had grown up watching on television. At 15 years old, he was stepping onto a stage that most golfers only dream of. The experience would be a true test of his game, his nerves, and his ability to handle the brightest spotlight in the sport. Playing in a PGA Tour event as a teenager comes with some unique and amusing challenges. For instance, while Miles could hit a golf ball over 300 yards, he was not legally old enough to drive the courtesy car provided to all the players. He also wasn't allowed to enter the players' locker room because of age restrictions. These small details highlighted just how young he was and made his presence in the field even more remarkable. He was a kid competing in a world of adults, a walking, talking piece of golf history before he had even hit his first shot. The tournament itself proved to be a valuable learning experience. The PGA Tour is a significant step up in every way. The courses are longer, the rough is thicker, and the pressure is more intense. Miles opened his first round with a respectable score of 74. While he played many excellent shots, the demanding nature of the course and the occasion ultimately took their toll. He missed the cut, but the result was secondary to the invaluable experience he gained. He had measured his game against the world's best and now knew exactly what he needed to work on to compete at that level consistently. Despite not playing on the weekend, his PGA Tour debut was a resounding success. He handled himself with grace and professionalism, impressing players, media, and fans with his maturity. He answered every question, signed every autograph, and never once looked out of place. This experience was not about winning, it was about learning. It gave him a first-hand look at what it takes to succeed on the PGA Tour and provided him with motivation to continue working hard. It was another important step in his carefully managed development, a brief glimpse into a future that looks incredibly bright. After making a cut on the Korn Ferry Tour and playing in a PGA Tour event, many young athletes might be tempted to turn professional immediately. The lure of endorsement deals and prize money can be powerful. However, MilesRussell and his family are playing the long game. They are focused on a patient and deliberate path to development, rather than rushing into a professional career. A huge part of this plan was revealed in July 2025, when Miles verbally committed to play college golf for Florida State University. This decision was widely praised as a sign of incredible maturity and foresight. Choosing to go to college shows that Miles understands the importance of developing not just as a golfer, but as a person. College golf provides a unique team environment where he can continue to grow and compete against other elite amateurs. It will give him a few more years to mature physically and emotionally before taking on the grind of the professional tour week after week. This no-rush approach is exactly what many experts recommend, as it has proven to be a successful model for many of today's top players. It allows him to delay the pressures of playing for a living and simply enjoy being part of a team. This decision also reflects the smart career management that has been a hallmark of his journey so far. Instead of cashing in on his early fame, he is investing in his future. He has already secured some early professional backing through a partnership with Transcend Capital Advisors, which helps support his amateur career. This allows him to have the best of both worlds, the resources to compete at a high level without the pressure of needing to earn prize money to survive. It's a modern, strategic approach that sets him up for long-term sustainable success in the sport. By committing to Florida State, Miles is sending a clear message that he is in control of his own destiny. He is not letting the hype or the external expectations dictate his timeline. He is following a path that he and his family believe will give him the best possible chance to reach his full potential. This patient approach is perhaps one of the most impressive things about him. It shows a wisdom beyond his years and suggests that he has the mental makeup to handle the long and challenging road to becoming one of the best golfers in the world. The story of Miles Russell is still in its very early chapters, but it is already one of the most compelling narratives in sports. We have a young man with generational talent, a record-breaking resume, and a level head on his shoulders. The comparisons to Tiger Woods are not just hype. They are based on tangible achievements like becoming the youngest ever AGA Player of the Year. But what may be most impressive about Miles is not what he does with a golf club, but how he handles the storm of attention that is swirling around him. He remains remarkably calm, humble, and focused. His journey is a masterclass in smart career development. From his upbringing in the golf-rich environment of Florida to his family's unwavering support, every element has been in place to nurture his talent. His foray into professional events was perfectly timed, a taste of the next level without being thrown into the deep end too soon. His historic performance on the Korn Ferry Tour proved he could compete, while his PGA Tour debut provided a crucial learning experience. Now his commitment to play college golf demonstrates a patient and wise approach that prioritizes long-term growth over short-term gain. What does the future hold for Miles Russell? No one can say for sure. The path to becoming a golf legend is long and filled with challenges, but he has every tool necessary to make that journey. He has the physical talent, the mental fortitude, and a strong support system. He makes smart decisions and seems to have a genuine love for the game and the process of getting better. Whether he becomes the next Tiger Woods or simply a great PGA Tour player in his own right, his story is already an inspiration. It shows what is possible with dedication, humility, and a clear vision. As we watch him continue to develop over the coming years, first in college and then likely as a professional, we should appreciate the journey. We are witnessing the careful, deliberate construction of a career that has the potential to be truly special. Miles Russell is not in a rush, and we shouldn't be either. For now, let's just enjoy watching a young man with a rare gift play the game he loves with skill, grace, and a calmness that is far beyond his years. The future of golf is in good hands, and it looks incredibly bright. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to the channel for more updates like this, and to help the channel grow. Thank you.